Hello everyone. Today we're going to be taking a look at a new product from SwitchBot, the K10 Plus Pro Combo. Last year, SwitchBot launched the world's smallest robot vacuum, and I was fortunate to be able to test and review it. I overall really liked it, and its ultra-compact size gave it some unique advantages. Adding on to that product, the new K10 Plus Pro Combo now includes an updated version of that robot, along with a cordless multicyclonic stick vac. Both machines auto-empty at the included charging dock. With two machines, it's possible to do all your dusting with the stick vac while the robot takes care of cleaning your floors at the same time. We have two vacuums to test today. In this review, I'll show you the features of each machine, we'll see how well they work, and I'll show you how to take care of them.
Here's the K20 Plus Pro Combo all set up, and what I like is that the stock is nice and slim. You can actually park this next to something without any issues because of how narrow it is. The robot just hangs out here, and that's where it charges and auto empties. I haven't had any issues with it not docking. I've used it on carpeting and hard floors, and it's worked just fine. And then the stick vac just parks right here. The way this works, the dock itself leaves a little gap behind it. I hope you can see that. But that way you have just enough room to be able to easily set this back in when you're done using it. And then the bag is housed right in here. Has a nice good sized bag, and then this just lifts up. What I like is that the bag is huge, and it's kind of cool. You can see for the auto empty for both, it's got two little ports there, and it self seals when you go to empty it, and that just slides back in. This just sets back on. I actually like how slim this is. It doesn't take up a lot of space. And then for the stick vac, you have a bunch of different attachments you can use. And what I like is that it comes with a complete set of tools, and it comes with this little holder. And this was a good idea too. I just reviewed another combination robot like this, and the tools had nowhere really to go. You have to hang them on the wall, which you can tell was a total afterthought, but that's okay. With this, you got a nice little stand. And then what's great, it's the exact same width as the dock. You can set this right here, and you can keep everything as one unit. So I like that. Everything returns to this. It all empties on its own. What I've noticed so far is the auto empty on this works really well. You'll still want to clean the filters occasionally. I'll show you how to do that, but it's not bad at all. And I actually like the setup quite a bit. It does a great job. And here's the entire kit that you get with it. You get a very versatile set of attachments. I'd say the only thing I would like in addition to all of this is a little extension hose for like cleaning out the car, just because this itself is pretty long. So for awkward places, it might be a little strange. But for everyday dusting in your home, you could easily dust a room top to bottom with this thing, and it works surprisingly well. On carpeting, I would say the performance is pretty average. This brush roll has really soft bristles, and same with this one too, but we'll see how it does in just a little bit here. But really, not bad, and certainly incredibly versatile. So for all your general dusting and light duty cleaning in between deep cleaning, it's gonna work great.
Now let's see how well they work, starting with the robot. I was recently dog sitting and brought the K10 Plus Pro Combo with me for testing. The robot itself is very smart. It features lidar navigation, and it's gentle and thorough. My favorite feature of the K10 Plus Pro Combo robot is its compact size. Because it's so small, it can navigate around things better than most robots and get into places most can't. So this one is great for cramped or complicated floor plans. With this dining set here, this robot can more thoroughly clean this complicated area than most competitors. The robot will first border the room, then clean the room in nice straight lines. While hard to see, there's a ton of crumbs and pet hair all over this floor, and the robot had no issue gobbling it up. Although very small, it left the floors feeling very clean. The robot is very quiet, and things like the fringe of an area rug don't seem to bother it. On carpeting, the robot does a good job grooming the pile and leaves nice carpet lines. This is not a deep carpet cleaner, so along with the robot and stick vac, you'll still want a more powerful vacuum to keep around for deep cleaning. However, during this test, it found a ton of pet hair and left the carpeting looking great and feeling clean.
Alright, now let's see how the stick vac cleans. On this red rug, I've ground in a bunch of fake pet hair, and I've also put down a bunch of oats and parsley and just general dirt. And we'll see how it does. And neither the robot nor the stick vac are what I would consider deep carpet cleaners, but they're great for maintenance cleaning and dusting in between. So let's see how this does. I'm going to run this at full power. All right, one pass forward and back, that actually did surprisingly well. Honestly, better than I was expecting. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up the rest of this. While the robot's taking a break, I vacuumed the upstairs and completely filled the bin again. So as far as a stick vac, I would say the performance is pretty average, but it's not bad to use. It's nice and light, and it's not too noisy, and the pickup's pretty good. So, you know, if you treat this as a second vacuum and not as your main upright, I think you'll understand what you're getting into. But it did a great job taking care of the pet hair and all the surface crumbs. Even when completely full, the auto empty worked perfect. So that's great.
Please put me back on the floor.
As far as maintenance on it, there's not too much. So this lifts up. To remove the bin, you lift this up, and then the whole bin pops out.
The dustbin has been removed.
This just removes, and then you push down, you push here on the plastic, and then that opens up. You can empty this out. I've been using this quite a bit, and the auto empty actually works really well, and it does a good job cleaning the screen in the dirt cup. That's all great. But you will want to manually clean this occasionally too. Like any robot with this setup, they're almost all like this. These plug up over time and you got to clean them. This is just like on their previous version of this. There's a little grip here. That just lifts out, and you can vacuum this off, and then I would vacuum off the screen. This is also washable as needed. You can just wash this off, let it dry 100%. But I actually haven't cleaned this, and this is doing a good job keeping itself clean. So that's great. And then this is another area I'd wipe this down occasionally. This just sets back in.
Dustbin reinstalled.
Flip this over.
Please put me back on the floor.
And then to remove the bottom plate, this just lifts out like so. I would wipe this off occasionally as well, you'll have to. And then I would, this just removes, and then clean any hair or thread that's built up around the ends here to make sure that'll keep that working great. And then I would wipe this out as well. And then along the bottom, there's various sensors around the outside of the robot. Keep those clean so that the robot navigates properly. But this just sets back in, like so. And then when you put the bottom plate back on, you just have to tuck in these 3 notches here into here, and then it just clicks into place. And that's it. So real easy to take care of, not bad at all. This is removable if you want to pull this out and wipe this off, but you can just wipe this off occasionally. Maintenance isn't bad, and thankfully the auto emptying on this is actually one of the better ones out there, so it does a really good job taking care of itself overall. With the stick vac, you can remove this. That pulls off. And then to remove the bin, you push down on these buttons here. That removes this. And you won't have to worry about too much on this one. I would wipe this off. This is an area you can check for blockages right in here. This has a washable filter unit. That lifts out, and then you can easily vacuum this off. This is actually, it's been through quite a bit, and this is already pretty dusty, so this I will vacuum off. But you can remove all of this as well. Yeah, that you can just dump out. And then if you needed to, you could wash this as well, because the shroud might plug up over time. The robot does a good job auto emptying itself, but you can see the filter's still gonna need to be cleaned occasionally. But I would wash this occasionally, let this dry 100%, and then it just sets back in. And this just lines up. You can only go in one way, and then if lined up correctly, this just pops back in, and then you can see here, you just set this in like so, and then these parts are going to catch on the back of this. Just like that. And then that's it. So this is really easy to take apart to maintain. I would check this probably every 2 or 3 months, depending on how often you use this. Oh, and I almost missed this, but the robot does have a HEPA exhaust filter. This twists and unlocks, and then this lifts out here. And this is a washable HEPA exhaust filter, and even after using it a bunch so far, it's not dirty at all. But you can take this off, you can wash this, let it dry 100%, and then it drops back on. And then this just twists and locks into place. What's nice is that gives it sealed HEPA filtration, so this little vacuum cleaner has excellent filtration. And then on the power head itself, you unlock this by sliding this out like so, and then you can remove the brush roll. This brush roll does have tangle-free properties, just like Dyson's and many others. There's a nice comb that runs along the back here. Taking the brush roll out will give you access to wipe all this out, which I would do from time to time. There's a little bit built up here, but not bad. And I would also clean out the ends of the brush roll here and here, any hair or thread that's built up around it. But this has actually been through quite a bit so far, and it's not bad at all. Then that just sets back in, just like that, and lock it up. And really easy, so not bad at all. And then I would check this, you know, the dirt path is kind of narrow here, the way that it's shaped, and just check that occasionally. What I like about the stick vac is all of the tools you can use in a bunch of different configurations. So just like most other stick vacs, you can use the big power head with it. You can use the little one, all the various tools. I think the only attachment that's really missing would be a hose.
So there you have it. SwitchBot is a newer player in the home appliance field, and so far I've been able to test 4 of their products, and they've all been good. There's a lot I like about this dual-purpose machine. Due to its small size, the robot offers better cleaning coverage than any I've tested. This robot would be great for small or complicated floor plans thanks to its excellent navigation. However, it can tackle larger floor plans thoroughly too. While not a deep cleaner, it will do a good job taking care of daily dust and pet hair between deep cleans. The robot has some faults. I would like if it were a little heavier, as it can skip around on carpeting where it has to really work against the nap. The dustbin is small, but you can set it to take breaks and have it auto-empty mid-job. I have it set to the most frequent setting, every hour while it's running. I would prefer if it could auto-empty even more often, as in busy homes it could overfill during that hour. I would also like if the exhaust air was angled away from the floor, as I have seen it blow debris around while it's cleaning. The robot features a mopping pad as well, but it just drags a wet mop pad across the floor like a Swiffer. It will wipe floors down, but don't expect dramatic mopping results. This is really more of a vacuum. The final thing is that the robot needs a more aggressive brush roll so it can deep clean better. It has plenty of suction, but is held back by the slightly wimpy brush roll. Because of this, I like having the robot vacuum each room twice to help with overall pickup. The stick vac is great. It's multi-cyclonic and features sealed HEPA filtration. It's very light to use and all the tools work well. Because all the attachments can be used either on the hand vac or the extendable wand, it's very versatile. The auto-emptying on both the robot and stick vac work great. I have few faults with the stick vac. It actually does surprisingly well, but the brush rolls on both cleaner heads have soft bristles. It does a great job cleaning surface debris, but I wouldn't consider it a deep cleaner either. Although secure, when cleaning with the wand against worn and carpeting, I noticed the wand liked to flex more than I would like. Overall though, I really like this combo machine. Both machines work well, and thanks to their slim size, they can clean hard to reach areas without any issues. The auto-emptying works great for either machine, and they're both low fuss and easy to take care of. The dock itself is compact and well thought out, and can be set up in areas other similar feature-packed machines cannot. It's cool that you can dust a room top to bottom with the stick vac while the robot takes care of vacuuming the floors. I always enjoy reading your comments. Please consider liking and subscribing to help the channel grow, and don't hesitate if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.